What we want is to know the meaning, idea. That is enough. Language is immaterial. Don't worry about the language. Of course, there is a word there, isn't it? What is this word? Sila. You observe Sila. You must learn the meaning of this word. This is very important. You are observing Sila. What is the meaning of Sila? Yes, usually we say morality and morals and this and that. Actually, it does not give the real meaning of this word used by the Buddha. This is the word used by the Buddha. Sila. In English, we say precept or morals or morality or ethics and all sort of words, but never give the real meaning. Can you give me another meaning of this word, Sila? Discipline, yes, very close to this word, Sila, discipline. We try to discipline ourselves. Yes, very close, but direct meaning of this word Sila is we train ourselves. Training. We try to train ourselves. Why is it necessary to train? Because we are very wild. Yes, we have to admit. Definitely. We are very stubborn, very naughty, very notorious, and hot-tempered. We fight. We disturb others. And we are not honest. These are the problems with us. We have to admit. So Sila means by knowing our own weaknesses, we try to train ourselves. When you practice this, then we can tame. When we are tamed properly, then we are very gentle, very noble, very respectful. After that, no one can disturb us. After that, we never get angry. And we never disturb others also. See how nice. If everybody in this world can observe this Sila, and there is nobody to disturb us. And not necessary for you to lock your doors, close your gates. At night time also you can keep open all your doors. Nobody to enter into your house. You know, in Japan, still in certain areas in that country, they are using only paper walls, no brick walls, no wooden wall. Only paper, you can break just like this. Nobody disturb others. They were very honest people. Now changing, slowly changing their attitudes. So, now you have learned the meaning of this word, Sila. Occasionally we observe because it is very difficult for us to observe every day as householders, married people, business people, and you have to maintain your families. To do that, you have to do a lot of work. So when you do certain things, whether you like or not, you make mistake. You know these things are wrong, but no other choice. You want to earn more. Then you become cunning. You tell lies. You bluff others. This is the problem. So when you observe this, Sila, at least for 1 or 2 days, during that period, you are very honest. You never disturb others, you never bluff others, but there is no guarantee how you behave when you go home. It's not so easy. And this is the problem of the worldly life. No one can lead a worldly life without making mistakes. That is why some people renounce, give up. But very difficult thing to do. Renunciation is a very difficult thing. When once you renounce, after that no more worries in your mind. Because you have no responsibilities. You are not under any obligations. You are not crazy for anything. You can satisfy very easily. Contentment is there in your life. If contentment is there in your life, then you never tell lies. You never bluff others. You never harbor jealousy. And you won't get angry. There is no reason for you to get angry. See? This is the beauty in renunciation. Now, you have already renounced. You have renounced so many things. It's not a joke. To come and spend even for 2 days, to give up, or just to forget all your family responsibilities, obligations, property and income and enjoyment, television programs and everything, sacrifice. It is called renunciation. So temporary renunciation is there. But when you go back, there will be some changes in your life. Because you have learned to appreciate this way of life. Then you reduce. Your entertainment also you reduce. Your craving towards so many things also you reduce. That is the development. The more you reduce those things, the more easily you can maintain peace. You can reduce your anger. You can reduce your jealousy. You can reduce disturbances, worries in your mind. Because all these things take place in our mind because of our craving and crazy attitude towards enjoyment. Now you can understand why the precept or the sealer is important for us. The Buddha is very understanding religious teacher. You see, the way how he has introduced for our day-to-day life as householders, he has advised us to observe only 5. Because he knew you cannot go beyond that. Very difficult. Without killing, without stealing, without sexual misconduct, without telling lies, that is also very difficult, and without taking intoxicating drinks and drugs and all sorts of things. All these are the 5 for our day-to-day life. Then occasionally, at least once a month, sometimes on full moon days, because full moon day supposed to be a holy day or sacred day or new moon day, they observe these extra precepts to discipline further, to train more and more. After 1 or 2 days, again go back to the same 5 precepts, normal life. Practical way the Buddha has introduced it. Later, having gone through your worldly life, married life, business, enjoyments and everything, you will come to know actually this is just like a dream. How we spend our life is just like a dream, there is nothing. In between quarreling, fighting, arguing and creating enmity and anger and jealousy and all sort of problems also we have created. For what purpose? What did we gain? Nothing. So by realizing this, very few people decide to renounce. Renunciation takes place through understanding. It is one-way traffic. If you do that with understanding, it is one-way traffic. You won't come back. After that renunciation, very easy to observe all these precepts. Because we have seen what this world is. We have seen why people are fighting all over the world. Why they are killing each other, for what purpose? Even in every house, husband and wife, how they fight, how they quarrel, how they argue, how they hate each other. In every house, parents and children, how they fight. Again, brothers and brothers, sisters and sisters. There is no peace. Why all these problems? What is the cause of all these problems? If you can study or understand, the main cause of all these problems is nothing but our craving. That's all. We crave for something. That is why we get angry. That is why we maintain jealousy. That is why we create enmity. We make angry. If that craving is not there, we never behave like this. Always we can maintain smiling face if there is no craving. Now you have learned the meaning of a precept, the purpose of observing this precept, and what we gain by observing. Of course, different people have different ideas according to their way of thinking. It is natural. During the Buddha's time, I think you have heard a well-known Buddhist lady Visakha, very devout and very rich lady, supporter. She always invites all her lady friends to come and observe 8 precepts. One day there were a few hundred ladies, and she wanted to study, to find out the main purpose of their observing 8 precepts. Why do they want to come and observe 8 precepts? So she wanted to interview group by group, separated group by group. First, she interviewed old ladies, very old ones. Then asked her, actually, why do you want to come and observe this 8 precepts? Oh, we are getting old. Any moment, the death can take place. So if we observe 8 precepts, after our death, we can go to heaven. So they like that. The purpose of their taking precept is to go to heaven. Right. Then another group. Elderly ladies, married one who got husband and children. She interviewed the second group. So why do you want to observe these precepts? They say, most of them, do you know, our husbands are very stubborn, ill-treat us. Some of them do not support us. And we got fed up with them. We thought, when we come and take a precept like this, we get some sort of blessing. So when we go back, and we believe our husbands never ill-treat us, never show their temper, and treat us very nicely and kindly in future. So that is why we have decided to observe precept. Then she interviewed another group, younger, also married one. Many of them told her, you know, you were married many years ago, but still no news, no children. They have been praying and praying and praying, no children. So we thought, if we come and take 8 precepts, sure we get children. Another group in the same category told her, you know, all our children are girls, not even one boy. We like to have at least one boy. So we decided to come and take 8 precepts to have at least one boy. Some others say we have only boys, no girl. You know, a mother cannot satisfy without a girl. There must be a girl. Because mother knows when she is very old, sick, daughter is the one who can look after the mother, not the son. It is not son's duty. Son doesn't know how to do that. Therefore, a mother cannot satisfy without a daughter. So our purpose of observing this precept is to get at least one girl, one daughter. Then she interviewed unmarried young girls. I think you can understand naturally what they say. No need to explain. You know, we are 20, 30, coming to 35, 40 or so, we still could not find out a partner to get married. So we believe, when you observe this precept, we will be able to find out a suitable husband. These are the normal ideas. But there was not a single lady among those few hundreds who can tell her the main purpose of the observance of this precept is to train ourselves to be good, to be religious, to be noble, to train our mind, to reduce our evil mental forces from our mind, to be pure, not even one. Because we always think in worldly way. So, don't worry, I am not going to interview you. Now let us start. The precept, not so easy for me to explain within 1 hour. You know, during the novitiate program, when I start to explain these precepts, it will take at least 1 or 2 weeks every day for me to explain. There are many details. Because people have a lot of misunderstanding about this precept. And they also want to know so many loopholes and dark corners about these precepts, about killing and drinking and dancing and singing and telling lies. There are many things they have to consider in various ways. The Buddha also never said, as I told you, he is a very understanding religious teacher. In his language, he never used like this. You should not kill. You should not tell lies. There is no such thing in Buddhism. No commandments. No religious laws in Buddhism. The duty of the Buddha is to tell you why these things are important, why these things are good, why these things are bad. It is up to you to decide whether to do or not, to observe or not. It is up to you. By force, no one can train others' mind. Never understand. Remember what I am telling you. People can say, oh, it is a law in our religion that we should not do that. By considering that law, if they violate or break, authorities will punish them. By considering that punishment, they don't want to do that, because they don't like that punishment. But there is no understanding. There is no discipline. And not realized real meaning of this precept. Now, example, let us take the first precept. The Buddha's advice is Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiya. Voluntarily I observe this precept or this sila not to destroy others' life. Voluntarily, it is not a law. It is not a commandment. I observe this voluntarily by knowing that it is bad. Now then we realize. We know killing is bad. We know why people want to kill. For what purpose? Then the Buddha has explained this in a very simple way for us to understand. He says, if you cannot understand why killing is bad, then Attanan upamang kattva nahaneya nagataye. These sayings of the Buddha you can see in Dhammapada. You compare yourself with others. How you feel when another person come and try to kill you. How do you feel at that time? How you try to escape from death. This is more than enough for you to understand why it is bad. See, then you realize why it is bad. Otherwise, you can say, oh, it is against my religion, therefore I don't like to do that. You never understand anything. You are in the dark. You follow the law blindly. That is not religion. No understanding. If not, you can say, or fear of God. I don't want to do this because God may punish. That is called fear of God. Buddhism is not that type of religion. Buddhists never say that. We say, we don't want to do this because we know it is bad. That is called understanding. Forget about punishment. This is small children's language. That is the way how we have to train children. You always threaten them. If you do this, I use the cane. That is the language for children. If you say, oh, we don't want to do this, if we do that, God will punish us. A small children's language, no understanding. We have to develop that understanding further and further. To tell, I know it is bad. I know why it is bad. Therefore I don't want to do this. Then you developed kindness, sympathy. When you consider in that way, you develop kindness, compassion, love. But if you say, I don't want to do this because God will punish, you never develop kindness, compassion, understanding in your mind. See the poor mentality of that way of thinking. So the first precept is not to kill. Then the problems. So some religions say you can kill so many other living beings. You can kill. It is not a sin, they say. But you cannot kill human being. Limited only to human being. Even then they do that. They kill them also. So if we are going to limit our kindness only towards human beings and destroy others, we are very biased, very narrow-minded, very selfish. Because we never think that other living beings also feel the same pain. We create the same suffering. And they are also scared of death, just like us. They always try to escape from death. That means they love themselves, they like their life. There's no living beings in this world who come and surrender to you, allow you to slaughter them. Nobody. By force you kill them. You cannot kill them if you maintain kindness, sympathy, understanding in your mind. You cannot do that. Impossible. At that time you develop anger, cruelty, hatred, and you kill. Then you pollute the purity of your own mind. Remember this. That mental pollution is the words we transform into words that we introduce as sin or bad karma. You understand how we commit bad karma? The mind creates that sin or bad karma when we polluted the purity of mind by creating anger, cruelty, or some other evil thought to do bad thing. So bad thing is killing. kill, we created anger, jealousy, greed or cruelty. Then no more purity in that mind. Mind is very dirty now. And then we create bad karma. Action alone, without creating ideas in the mind to do that, cannot create bad karma or good karma. This is very meaningful, rational interpretation. Every day we kill so many kinds of living beings, but we never commit any bad karma. Without any intention, without any idea that we want to kill, we cannot create bad karma. Action, when you drive your motor car, you may kill thousands and thousands of other living beings. When you drive your motor car, you may kill thousands and thousands of other living beings on the road. Sometimes cats and dogs also, human beings also you kill, accidentally. You never create bad karma because you never had the idea in your mind that you want to kill. See the way Buddha has explained all this. Unless you create idea in your mind, you cannot create either good karma or bad karma. Supposing a mosquito come and attack you. Mosquito also a living being. Mosquito also love. That is why its life want to come and suck your blood. The same feeling what we have, that mosquito also experience. When you love your life, what you do? You have done that purposely. First you create the idea. That idea created vibration. That vibration moved the hand. The mind is working here. When you bring your hand like this, mind is working, remember. Without mind you cannot do like this. Mind is working. When you do like this, you have done your job. You have done this intentionally, purposely. Then you are caught. Whether big or small makes no difference. Life is life. Then the problem again, housewives, how they get angry when they go to kitchen. Whether they observe 8 precepts or not. Cockroaches, rats, ants, white ants, flies, they get damn oil. Burn them, if not catch them. They cannot tolerate. This is the difficulty of leading a worldly life. The more we live, the more we have to get involved in this kind of thing. Now you can understand why the Buddha says existence or living in this world create enormous problems. Without facing this kind of problem, impossible for us to live. The more we live, the more we make mistakes. Now if we can record everything what we do from our childhood up to the last moment, a record. What we have done every day from morning up to evening until you go to bed, record. What kind of thoughts appear in our mind during this period? How many good thoughts, how many bad thoughts? What sort of words we use today? Good words or bad words? And what sort of things we have done today? Every day you go on recording. In the end, when you reach, say about 80 or 90 years old, read your record and separate good list and the bad list. I think 90% bad thoughts, bad words, bad action. Only 10% good thoughts, good words and good action. This is the nature of our life. We never consider in this way. Now you can understand why we have to observe these precepts by knowing the danger or the bad effects. When we talk about the bad effect, we think of ourselves. So, we don't want to kill. We know it is a bad karma. And this bad karma can create bad effect. What is this bad effect? Either within this lifetime or in the next life, somebody may come and kill us, kill me. And that is the bad effect. Therefore, I don't want to kill. Again, there is selfishness in your idea. But you never think of others. When you kill another living being, what kind of suffering, pain that you create? Again, so many other problems. If that person is a human being, what about the family, husband, wife, children? What sort of damages you have done by killing that person? But you never think in that way. Think only your bad effect. Selfishness. Just like punishment from God. No difference. The Buddha's way of teaching is for us to consider both ways. He says, whenever you are going to do something, good things or bad things, you have to consider the both ways, this way and that way. He says, now you want to do some good deeds for your own benefit, right? Yes, definitely you gain some good result. What about others? By disregarding or ignoring others, you should not do good things only for your own benefit. You have to think how others feel. If others are affected, you should not do that. Good for you, but not for the others. Again he says, certain things that you are going to do, good for others, very good for others, but very bad for you. Don't do, he says. Be wise. Consider both ways. If your action is good for you as well as for others, then do that. Our way of understanding of Buddhism actually is one-track mind. We use only one track, never consider in both ways. So, killing, destroying others' life for various purposes. There may be thousands of purposes. We think other living beings are real nuisance to us. Yes, it is true. Very hard for us to live because of them. So we decide to kill them. But we never think our living here in this world not only a nuisance but a curse to all the other living beings. We never think. Because we, human beings, are the ones who destroy every living being. There is no any other living beings in this world who destroy every living beings on this earth and in the air also. Only human beings. See how cruel we are. For our own benefit, for our own happiness or pleasure, convenience, we can kill all the other living beings. Remember, we human beings are not the only living beings on this earth who got a right to live. They too have right to live. If you destroy them thinking we got more power, more authority to destroy them, we are destroying, we ruin the whole world. A living being, whether big or small, never appear in this world if there is no purpose. We cannot understand. We do not know what they contribute to maintain this world. Every living being, worms, flies, mosquitoes, ants, we do not know what sort of thing. To us, they are living is a real nuisance, so we destroy them. But in certain countries where they destroy them by using this insecticide, various kind of living beings, now they are facing so many other problems. Without those living beings, they experience some difficulty of balance, so many other things. They do some service, we cannot understand. So our duty is to adjust ourselves, to take precaution without destroying them. No doubt it is difficult, but we have to tolerate so many things. So we can talk for hours on the same subject. There are many more things to learn. So in simple language, I would like to say only this much. Try your best to observe this as much as possible that you can. Later you can extend further and further and further. Then the next one is adinnadana. Not to take others' belonging or property or anything without their permission. Even from your parents or brothers and sisters, without their permission. That is called stealing. Under this, there are few more. Bluffing, swindling, cheating, smuggling. See how many more things. Because human beings are very cunning, very difficult to trust. We can trust animals. We can trust devils and ghosts. But we cannot trust human beings. Very cunning. They know how to bluff. Innocent people very easily become their victims, get into trouble. Cunning people, selfish people become clever people, very clever. You can bluff others, but you cannot bluff your own mind. Remember this. You know what you are doing. You cannot do behind the curtain of your own mind. Your mind knows everything what you do. Without using your mind, you cannot do. The whole world cannot understand what you are going to do. But your mind knows what you are going to do. Therefore, you cannot bluff your own mind. So, stealing, bluffing, swindling, cheating, smuggling, all are in the same group. If you violate this, you destroy others' property, you hurt others' feeling, you damage others' property, and then you create bad karma. Bad karma comes from your own mind with that guilty feeling. You can escape. Then you say, I could manage to escape. They could not catch me. Police also could not catch me. I have stolen so many things, they could not catch me. I escaped. You think you are very clever. I bluffed them, they could not catch me. I smuggled, those people never knew that I carry all those things, opiums and drugs also I carried, they could not catch me. You think you are very clever. But your guilty feeling is there in your mind. So you have to experience the bad effect. Not only that you have to experience the bad effect, others also have to experience the bad effect because of your action, bad action. Both parties have to suffer. Honesty. Can you find out? A single human being in this world who is 100% honest? One man. Can you find out? There are good people, lot of good people. No honesty. This is the problem. That is why we are facing all sorts of problems. We are not honest. So when you observe precept from time to time, like this, then we come to know the danger of that way of life. How we disturb others. How we had to suffer, both parties. By knowing, then we try. We cannot stop at once. Impossible. But slowly we can reduce. Gradually we can go on reducing. And one day we can stop completely. When that renunciation take place, stop completely. After that, no more bluffing, cheating, swindling, stealing, nothing. Free. Then we feel very happy. Because no guilty feeling in our mind. That is what we need. I think many of these ex-novices and those who observed a precept for the last few years have learned. Even then there are some new problems, some difficulties to understand. The third one we have to discuss. Third precept, when we take 5 precepts, we use calm Kamesu miccācārā vīramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi. Meaning, abstain or keep away from sexual misconduct. But when you take 8 precepts or 10 precepts, when you change that Kamesu miccācārā into abrahmacharya, different. That means complete celibacy. Celibacy means keep away from any kind of sexual act. No, that is the simple meaning. Keep away from sex life. The Buddha has introduced this for those who have renounced by knowing the difficulties and problems that they have to face. Because of this, to keep away. When they take 8 precepts or 10 precepts, they observe only for a short period, either for 24 hours or few days. Just completely keep away from this. Hindus, Catholics and some others can understand and appreciate. They too agree. But the other denominations of Christianity and Muslims do not appreciate this as a precept, or there is any religious value or any moral development or purity or spiritual development by observing this as a precept. Their argument, these are the things you have to learn. Their argument is sex life is natural. Every living being, whether big or small, experience sex life. The living beings exist in this world because of their sex life. Therefore, how can we introduce this keeping away from sex as very pure and virtuous and valuable religious observe? What is there for you to observe? Are you not going against the nature? This is their argument. To them there is no religious value at all. In other words, you are going against the nature. Now then, Hindus and Buddhists say, sexual urge is the strongest force in not only human minds, animals also. Very strong and uncontrollable. When people experience this sexual urge, at that time they can forget their food, comfort, and their mind become very uncontrollable at that time. But regarding food and many other things, they don't behave like this. By knowing this mental attitude, those who try to control their mind to keep away from this can maintain peace very easily. Now, people maintain lot of jealousy, anger, anxiety, and lot of problems and troubles, even murder cases also, because of the sexual urge. But if they can keep away from this by knowing the problems, very easily they can control their mind. They can tame the mind. This is the argument that Buddhists and Hindus discuss. Again, lot of responsibilities and mental disturbances and difficulty to renounce the worldly life. People are bound to this world or family life because of this. They can release others very easily, but not this. By considering this situation, some people decide, why not we keep away from this? Then there is no problem. That is why the Buddha has used the word Brahmacharya. Brahma is very noble, supernatural living beings, higher than devas, who experience more peace, more happiness, more satisfaction, contentment in their life than others. Why? They are free from sex. The formations of their life take place in such a way without the formations of sex. So completely free from sex urge. That is why they can maintain peace, contentment in their life. So this precept is called Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means noble way of life. Those who cannot observe this particular precept cannot use this word Brahmacharya or noble way of life. This is the very reason why the Buddha has included this as a precept for people to observe, to maintain. The main idea is to maintain more freedom, more peace, more satisfaction in their life. The mind will be free from so many disturbances. Otherwise, throughout their life they have to worry about problems and responsibilities. So in simple language, our argument is this. When others say that we go against the nature. Alright, now let us talk about the nature. When they say we are going against the nature, natural way of life, can we say all those natural occurrences, natural things are favorable? Many of our natural occurrences or incidents are unfavorable to us. So, we should not surrender ourselves to that nature. If there is method for us to keep away from that nature, we can maintain more peace, and satisfaction. Take few examples, then you can understand. Sicknesses are natural. No one is free from sicknesses. So we can say it is natural. If it is natural, then why should we try to keep away from sicknesses? Why should we try to get rid of sicknesses? Although it is natural, we know it is troublesome. Take another one. Old age is natural. Then why young people struggle to maintain their beauty and youth, not to grow old very quickly? Why not you say, oh, it is natural, we must face it? No, they struggle to stop at least for a few years to show their beauty. This is the way how we struggle with certain natural incidents which are not in our favor. In the end, death is natural. No one can escape from death. When we come to know that we are going to face death, and we try to stop it, we try to prolong our life, not to die earlier. But nobody says, oh, death is natural, therefore we must face it. Their idea is how nice if you can live at least a few years. There are many more things. So those who say we must face nature without us struggling to overcome, to avoid. Certain natural things are favorable. Certain things are unfavorable. So, if sexual urge disturbs the mind,